right now we're seeing like Craig came in, with his girlfriend. We see like Paige like has a thing for Andrea. And now we all know that, Paige and Craig are together in real life. So that is an interesting thing to see. Could you guys tell, like the chemistry? Because from where we're sitting as a viewer, it's all about Andrea for Paige at this point.
It
Sure.
was all about Andrea for Paige while we were in the house too. I mean, Craig was very much so dating Natalie. He was in a relationship and he was very respectful of her. I think we all saw Craig as a friend. Like he was fun and cute and we'd laugh at him and be like, oh my God, we love Craig so much. He's so cute. So I think it's really nice that Paige and Craig were able to kind of form that friendship before there was anything intimate between the two of them, because she was so focused on Andrea, very much so head over heels in love with that Italian stallion. And you can't blame her.
I was just going to say, I mean, Kyle, I won't subject you to this question, but like Amanda, I mean, is Andrea all that I think he is in real life? Because I'm just having...
He's a wonderful man. Like when he just says your name, it's just like, it's music. He's a great guy. He's really thoughtful. And, from what I've witnessed, really respectful. And it was really cute, like seeing him and Paige together too. And just how giddy she was about him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he really did hand deliver those girls coffee every single morning.
And yeah, his abs. I'm like, what the hell, man?
You're like, this is not normal. Yeah.
I'm like, he made me feel old.
I could see that. He makes me feel old too.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, I'm what, 9 years older than him. And I felt it.
Listen, I got it. What about, I mean, what do you think of Craig and Paige as a couple? Like, do you think they have the wherewithal to go the distance?
I think that's the crazy thing with a lot can happen in 6 months, apparently, right?
Yeah, I think they're great together. I think Craig is personality wise is kind of like different than men that Paige has dated in the past. And I think that it's a really good balance for her. He's funny, he's sweet, he's caring, he's thoughtful. He's a little weird in ways. And I think that she absolutely loves that. They get along so well. They're really freaking cute together. And it makes me really happy every time I see them or every time she talks about him to me.
Yeah, I think what works really well is, I mean, when I think back to like her last relationship, it was the guy that was ready to settle down and, start a family and all that good stuff. And you could just tell Paige wasn't ready. And Craig, is very much still out having fun, not looking to like having an idle night, at home. And they're just having a ton of fun together, which I think is like the key to a successful relationship. You really need to enjoy each other's company and be at a similar place in life in terms of how you're prioritizing your time. I'm
totally here for it. Well, we're also seeing this love triangle between Ciara and Austin and Lindsay. Austin recently on Watch What Happened said that Ciara's a better cuddler, a better kisser. Lindsay has now apparently unfollowed Austin. What do you guys feel about this?
I feel like, why are the girls not teaming up and taking Austin down? Why are we not getting together and just putting Austin in his place? We are pinning two girls against each other. I think Austin should have just pled the fifth the whole time and not answered anything. If Lindsay is as good of a friend as he says that she is, and she was sitting right in the audience, he maybe should have looked out for her a little bit more.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest kind of like,
but it's
takeaway
also tough.
Was like,
it's also tough to be in that hot seat on Watch What Happens.
Yeah, it's tough. You don't know what you're going to say. You don't know what the questions are going to be, but yeah, having Lindsay, 10 feet away, I think she was probably pretty let down with some of the answers, even if Austin, was being honest and truthful. I mean, it's, I hope their friendship kind of survives this. Hopefully it is just a break, as what I think I saw a recent headline today.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Like taking a break from their friendship. Hey, these things are complicated when we've seen it before, but when friends hook up, it stirs the pot.
It's hard to go right back to being friends.
Well, what's going to happen if this break is permanent in their friendship and someone comes to you and says, you need to choose?
I don't think, I'd like to think no one's putting us on that.
I think
spot,
our friend group has been really good about not making people choose sides. I think we've all been very respectful. I've never been like, well, you can only be on one side or the other. If that's the case, obviously we're taking our girl Lindsay's side, not Austin. He's in Charleston.
Yeah. And I think, look,
we gotta live with Lindsay.
I think
still.
they'll get
we're
past
taking
this,
her side.
I think they'll get past this.
Well, you guys are married, so successful. What advice would you guys give to your friend Lindsay? Listen, she's made some bad choices with men throughout the years, as we've seen. What advice could you offer up to Miss Lindsay?
I have given this girl advice. We have stayed up hours together at night, drunk, talking about relationship stuff. And she's just going to follow her own path. She's going to form her own way. She's going to do her own thing. I could offer her all the advice in the world, but she's going to stay true to who she is and do what she feels right for her. I can't. And that's what's important too, right? Like doing, what she wants to do for her. She will fight for a relationship to the death. She will not let anything just go. And I think that is something that's really admirable about her. But maybe some of my advice would be to let things go sooner.
That's good advice.
Yeah. I mean, she's dated like quite the variety of personalities. So it's like, I don't know if there's like a certain type, like I thought like her and Steven, I'm like, all right, maybe this works. It's like a yin yang type situation.
Yeah.
Then she's dated other guys that they're like exact carbon copies of each other. And that didn't work, so I don't know what advice
I was going to ask you. I was like, what type do you think she should be with? And do you have any?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I don't know. I think, what works for us might not work for her. Like we complement each other in a lot of different ways.
Well, look, she has this thing with Austin. She's been tied to Luke. She's been tied to Carl. Out of Austin, Luke, and Carl, who do you think would be the best match if Lindsay had to date one of them, assuming they were all interested in her?
I don't actually think her and Luke have ever had anything. I think that there were like rumors spinning around. I truly believe they are just friends. I think I would actually be interested in seeing Lindsay and Luke date. I'd actually be interested in seeing how that played out because I feel like maybe that could be a success story.
Yeah. I mean, but among those three, I mean, like through thick and thin, Carl and Lindsay have really been there for one another.
Yeah.
Even when they were, butting heads and kind of duking it out when they gave it a go. What was that, season 4? But yeah, I mean, like they understand each other better than anybody, because they're there for one another. So, maybe go along on that one.
And I know like she's been there for Carl, like through everything he's gone through. And I mean, I think sobriety, especially after a year, changes you.
Yep. I'm sure.
Well, you speak of things you say in headlines. There is a lot of stuff out there that, cryptically people think in the Bravo world that Lindsay and Carl are trying to send messages and that they really are dating at the moment in real life.
What I feel like every Instagram Lindsay puts up, I'm like, what message is she trying to tell me? There's always something, or sometimes there's not, there's times I've been like, are you and Luke dating? She's like, no, I'm just posting about him. I'm like, okay. I
mean, I took that photo of them on Halloween and it didn't even occur to me that it was going to really stir the pot. I'm just like you guys are nailing the pose.
Yeah. They're such good friends, who knows what'll happen with the two of them.
But they're not dating currently.
Not.
They live in the same building.
Yeah.
That's what I can confirm.
Who knows what goes on in that building? Not us.
Well, that's convenient, the same building.
I know.
How was Winter House a different experience for you guys compared to like Summer House?
We don't remember it.
I mean, like, yeah, literally like that first night was so embarrassing, but I was just like, all right, I'm going to self-medicate here. Biggest obvious difference is it's not a work hard, play hard show. We are really there to play. And that took, some adjusting for me. I haven't taken a week-long vacation, let alone 2 in forever. But I think it's because of that, it's more lighthearted. And when there is, quote unquote drama, you work through it incredibly quickly because there's really no other option.